A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also. I do not support corruption. Corruption takes money away from children's education. It deprives hospitals of basic necessities. It means that roads are not fixed. Corruption deepens inequality. It siphons off taxpayers' money to make a few cronies richer with the political connections instead of benefiting the people. This government has been doing everything it can to weaken and undermine the Integrity Commission, which is an institution that I designed as Minister of Justice and brought the legislation to Parliament to fight corruption in this country. I have said it before and I will tell you again. Jamaica cannot move forward without a government built on integrity that embraces principles of good governance in this country.
A blessed good day to you, my wisdom warriors. Wagwan, wagwan. I hope you guys are in good spirit, my people. Me say me have a piece of bangarang for drop on uno. But before me get in at the bangarang, take a listen to this.
Citizens of Jamaica, I uno combo this time. I'm gonna care who I'm vex and no one can beat me. What country I get sell off little by little, and somehow I wanna feel like say I just everything on the need for defend. I'm not saying you can't vote for who you want, vote for whoever you want, but as a citizen that's voting, you have a duty to criticize the government when they are messing up. The Jamaican Labour Party, start move like MAGA up here, because blind loyalty to a politician is not patriotism. It's fucking dangerous. Since Hurricane Melissa, Mr. Holness himself admitted that flying around on the airplanes cost $1 million per day. And he flew around on said airplanes to assess the damages to the areas, right? But somehow, most of the communities that you flew over have still not yet received aid. Edmond Bartley, you have one constituency in a St. James that has not yet seen you. There's an autistic child over there right now that has been homeless since the hurricane. 400 generators were donated, and we were told that some of them were going to be lent out to shop owners within certain communities so they could be a central area for the government to be able to check in on the progress and allow people to come charge their devices, whatever, get the place up and running. Couple weeks later, the story changed. Now the donated generators are only for government institutions, hospital, police stations, schools, churches, etc. Alright, cool. You admitted in Parliament the other day that you don't know how much money has been donated and you guys have not yet spent any of the money that's been donated. But no, all of a sudden you want to use taxpayer money, which you said out of your own mouth, to buy generators to lend out. Meanwhile, there's money that's been donated that has not been spent. You guys are telling me that's not fucking chaos? Now let's talk about the G20 summit. Mr. Andrew Holness go on the world stage, go tell everybody how we're desperate and we needy and we're poor and we're broke. And then the same Prime Minister came on TV to tell us not to video when we're donating because we need to preserve our dignity. What dignity when you just tell the whole world so we're mash up and we need help? That doesn't seem like an attempt to preserve dignity. That seems like an attempt to control the narrative. And now the bigger picture. Chinese companies own all our roads. Most of the beachfront properties are bought up by American investors and they're still being sold. Mining sectors, foreign interests. Tech systems, foreign platforms. And now our elections too. What do we actually fucking own? This was signed back in 2022, but it's going into effect this year, or next year for the next election because, voter registration and IDs and all that stuff are going to be gathered within the next couple of years for the next election. And Israel is in control of that. A foreign company now owns the system that is going to decide who is eligible to vote in Jamaica. What the Israeli government is doing to Palestine right now is absolute fucking destruction. And it's going to set the precedent for what they do elsewhere. We don't own our tech. We don't own our infrastructure. Our voting system has been bought out. What do we own? What is ours? There's no sovereignty anymore. Stop worshipping party and start defending Jamaica. You guys need to open your fucking eyes and ask questions. Blind loyalty, a fuckery.
is coming to an end. Then I heard the voice of my master again. And he said, and your oldness, and your oldness, and your oldness, you cannot stop what is coming. You and your oldness cannot stop what is coming. But I, the Lord, will hold you guilty for all of my children. I was in 2 ways when the Lord said this. And your oldness, you cannot stop what is coming. What is coming is bigger than and your oldness. But the Lord Jesus said, I, the Lord, will hold you guilty for all of my children. Why would the Lord hold Mr. Oldness guilty? Now, listen what the Lord said. He cannot stop what is coming. Because everything that is coming was designed to. It's in Revelation. Everything that is about to happen, the judgment, the wrath of God, it was destined to be. So he cannot stop it. But he did not stand up against it. He did not stand on the word of God and with the church of God. He is fighting against God's people. And this is why their destruction is coming. Now, your end is a must. Destruction is coming. And your end is a must. The Lord said you cannot stop what is coming. But I, the Lord, will hold you guilty for...
So I have a message this morning for Dedmond, Mckenzie, or whoever the government is. Anyone I want to know what the government. The news say you, Dedmond, Mckenzie, you say it. That the people who are being sheltered at Petersfield in a Westmoreland, and whichever other shelter, we're going to tell them that at the end of the month, December month, they must leave. They must leave the shelter because they're not going to need the school to clean up the school and get it ready for the school year 2026. Dedmond, Mckenzie, me, Marvin, Edgar, I'm going to tell you this. You see the war where we did want all along, where all of us have been trying to be peaceful and civil in the country. If we not find somewhere to put them before we, the citizens who have been working assiduously to get the people them food and shelter, Dedmond, Mckenzie, Andrew Oldness, the whole of UNO in a parliament, every last one of UNO, if we not find somewhere put the people them, and they ever leave out of the friggin' shelter, remember me telling us, say, the war that your prime minister have been talking about, and the war is on. The war is on. And me not come put a ski mask and come put a nothing. If you move my people out of that shelter there, where government money pay for, and put them in the streets, just up in school, drunk, you will have another guest coming. You think it is that I cannot organize the people of Jamaica to do things in this country? You know how many people have been inboxing me and been begging me to do something in this country, to start a revolution? Well, let me tell you this. This is more than the flipping straw where broke camel back. Uno is so insensitive, uno uncaring, uno go home, uno make them statements because uno go home to uno stinking house, uno go home to uno dirty family, uno go home go name steak, uno go home go name sushi and the best and champagne at the expense of Jamaicans, and the same Jamaicans I'm gonna want to put them on the flipping streets without providing nowhere. It would have been better if the flipping news had said that we, the government, have some housing solutions, or we have partnered with some hotels where all the persons from Petersfield will be moved from the shelter to a hotel temporarily until the housing that the government are talking about get the people situated. You're telling me that after a disaster of this magnitude, the fact that uno barely care anything go give nobody, right? Uno have been sitting on the donations 1 month and odd later. Uno have the audacity to tell the country that uno not pay, uno not use none of the money. We have not used any of the donations. We've been using government money. We've been using government money. The government did not even have money to pay civil servants before the hurricane. We never even have enough money to pay civil servants. But to not use government money. I want to keep the opposition out of everything. This is a disaster for the country. And the opposition have a right at the table. We voted for 28 of them. And you had to all us about to lose your flipping seat. Because the 17 statements of voter irregularity that is up against you. If the country don't know, me tell you, Drancro, you know that you're going to lose the case. Ask you, wild man. You're going to lose. The court only wanted one irregularity. One. That is all they want. The Supreme Court, them have 17. Either 17 or 18. This is why I don't want to come out about revive law to let people with misinformation be held liable. The only misinformation are uno drankro, uno existence. You hear me telling you? Uno sick stomach. You know, from when they try to just focus on the people them and for grown people right now uno here say in a Savlamar, you think it's a Savlamar alone that is asking for psychologists, that is asking for counselors, that is asking for psychiatrists, because people have been losing their shit right across the country. The people them not know where to sleep, them not have no house, them not have no nothing, they have nothing. Most of those people, most of the whole friggin' country could have barely survived. Barely friggin' survived. From hand to mouth, now that they've lost everything. You people want to pour friggin' salt in the wounds of the people. And I don't know what kind of spell is on the country, but I'm gonna tell you this. This is the straw. I am tired of talking. The people who follow me, who don't know exactly, who don't know what to do. We don't know what to do, but we're not going to sit here while the government of Jamaica go home to them king size and queen size bed. Them king size bed and air condition and electricity. And their kids are in school. Their kids are even overseas having fun while they take Mr. Christopher tough time. I see one picture post up with him. I don't know how factual it is. I take nice pictures for Christmas already. I do photo friggin' shoot. The Prime Minister gone to New York and left Babsy Grange in charge of the country. Now we have St. Lucia. St. Lucia is saying that how disappointing they are. That the Jamaica Labour Party, they were specific. The Jamaica Labour Party coming there to meddle in their election. You don't have time for gone and frig up the people in election. And Rhoda Moy Crawford, you gone over St. Vincent, for meddling in the people in election. When you don't have businesses here, when you don't have no constituents here, when you have Jamaicans here who are suffering as shit, and the country quiet, and people are right across the country. Every goddamn day I hear some of the Jamaicans, I be a Rosalie and Rebel and all these damn TikTokers. And them is something they want to make become important. These are the things that make important. Gossip. Fight. When Jamaicans are down there losing their shit, they call me every day. Every day, people are about to go crazy right across the country. And the freaking government, so insensitive and uncaring, on a drunk, on a sick stomach. A time now, man. Me sick of these drunk, how the vote them in? We're going to get rid of all of us. So, Andrew Honest, I don't know who you're going to make run the country because you are going to lose. The court, the Supreme Court is going to rule. Let me tell you, because you never know. Null and void. You will not be the Prime Minister of Jamaica. And I'm curious as to who are going to run this country. Right? But if you don't feel like, say, you just go transition back into normalcy, and then you have some Jamaicans who commented under the Gleaner's post that if the people them did expect to be in the shelter for more than 2 months, when did expect to be in the shelter for more than 2 months, is an uncaring set of dog shit. All of you, every one of you who support this move, you are nothing but a big load of dog shit. Uno is the worst thing. And that is why I know sometimes I don't even believe in karma. I don't even believe in karma. Because there's no God way Uno can be this evil and a storm of that magnitude come so and no go with Uno drankro. And no go with Uno left Uno. I am so sorry for the people in Kingston and me love and respect. I wish the storm could be specific with their with its location. Very specific. Where it visit on a drunkro, a found a yard, a found a business place. It should have visit. It should have visit. A wreck on a life. Wreck on a. Make you know how it feel. So that the people in my country can carry breadfruit and carry yam and think about holding back the resources and bring it to them whenever them feel like. On your sick stomach. And I'm asking, I'm telling you a long time, the people them down there, leptospirosis a killer of people like a crazy. We're not talking about malaria yet. We're not talking about dengue because nobody feels it. It's not going to happen. And the cholera. Let me tell you something. Jamaica, the government, uno come and talk about I'll find gun in a package sent to Jamaica. So and the person is arrested. Why we not hear the name of the person who arrest? What's the name of the person and the address? As somebody one little regular Jamaican thieves in thing, their face put up, their name, them address, who them attached to. How no always I find gun and we can't find out who ship it here? Because you can't ship nothing. And we don't know who ship it and to who it's going. It right by the barrel. On a drunk, what's the thing gonna take people to eat?
My wisdom warriors, yes, I'm gonna left it, Wanna tell me what to think, wanna tell me how to feel about all this, and put an honest opinion in the comment section. Like up the video, share it out, and subscribe to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, welcome and big up on the nice clean self. One love.
Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. They can tell me how we can do it together. When we look at the future of precipice, we see Jamaica needs the vision of the PNP. People said the bag of promises, them can't carry go shop. And the crime rate getting high. I wonder when it go stop from Rex. Jamaican people want better.
The proceeding was brought to you by the People's National.
You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want to right there that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.